Hi, and welcome to Berry Aftercare. Whether you're listening on the podcast or you're watching on Berry Aftercare live, which isn't really live, but if you're watching on the website or your Facebook group, I welcome you. And I am Connie Stapleton, psychologist in bariatric medicine. I've been working with bariatric patients for a really, really, really long time. I love my job and I love the opportunity to get to know many, many of you. So thank you for joining me tonight. And it is December. Oh my goodness. Here we are in the season of gift giving. And I want to share a gift with you that I received today. It's not a gift I got in the mail, but it's a gift in the way of an opportunity. And many of you watch a lot of the bariatric reality shows, and I have been given the opportunity to be on a couple of these. And I want to share something about this with you today because this is a gift to me. And I hope that what I'm doing on these shows will be a gift for you and for people who are thinking about having bariatric surgery or have had bariatric surgery, because sometimes the reality shows are heavily criticized, especially the ones related to patients who are struggling with the disease of obesity, because it can seem as though the shows put people on and exploit them, make them look bad. And there is definitely some truth to that. I am not arguing with that. But I want to share these two shows that I have the opportunity to be on because I want you to understand that these shows have given me 100% freedom to discuss with the patients. I mean, we just have a regular session. There's nothing scripted about my sessions with the patients. They don't ask me to talk about certain things, they don't prohibit me from talking about other things. There are times when I will have spoken about something with the patient and they'll say, "We really liked that. Could you introduce it using this phrase?" But I want you to know that I have had 100% permission to have 100% unrehearsed, non-scripted discussions with these patients. And I'm appreciative of that. And I see that as a gift for you and for me because I want you to take the opportunity to watch these shows and look at the very vulnerable position these people put themselves in, and look at the fact that when I talk with them, these are completely unrehearsed conversations that show the genuine reality for a lot of patients struggling with the disease of obesity. And what I mean when I talk about that is I'm allowed to talk about transfer addiction. I'm allowed to talk about food addiction. I'm allowed to discuss the number of underlying issues that many, not all, many people who struggle with the disease of obesity have been holding in. And for a lot of these people, it's the first time they've talked about these issues. And I want that to be encouragement for you that if you are holding on to some of these things that you hear and see people talking about on these reality shows, you don't have to do it in front of the whole television world. Get yourself a therapist and talk about these things because, as you'll hear a lot of these patients talking about, of course, being the therapist, I talk about how we hold things in, and that causes tremendous amounts of stress within us. And a lot of people use food as a means of coping with stress, not the healthiest coping skill. And so part of dealing with the recovery from obesity is to learn healthier coping skills. But the two shows that I am privileged to be part of, one is called Too Large, the other is called Thousand Pound Friends. And you can watch these shows both on TLC, and I believe they'll be airing in February. But I really love the reality aspect of these reality shows. And I'm happy to be able to be talking about non-scripted things with these patients. Many of them, it's the first time I've ever met them. So it's some of them I've done evaluations for on the past, but I hadn't either met them in person because we COVID, we've been doing evaluations online. So it's just been an absolute joy. And I want that to restore some faith that you might have in some of these reality shows, that they aren't 100% scripted. And for sure, when I'm working with the patients, there is no intention and there's no exploitation of the patients at all. So I hope it offers some education, some valuable education, and some encouragement for patients who are considering surgery or have had surgery to get help if need be. So, onward and forward, we're talking about tonight's topic. We are in December. It is the holiday season for many people. There are a lot of religious holidays taking place, number of them. And if you are celebrating those, I celebrate with you, and I encourage you to continue to celebrate those with your family and friends and loved ones. If you are more about Christmas as a commercial holiday, more power to you. I celebrate those aspects as well. The reason I'm talking about that is today we're talking about gifts. And even though this may seem trite to you, I would encourage you to take the information I'm going to share tonight and really take it to a deeper level. Use this for some self reflection, for some introspection, and not just like, oh, this is so hokey. Because you could look at it that way. But I'm talking tonight about the gift of you and that you are a gift. And I think this is critical information for our bariatric population, not just the bariatric population, but for sure, so many of the people that I work with have a very difficult time valuing themselves and seeing the beauty that is within them and struggling with identifying your strengths. So tonight I'm going to share with you some strengths that you may possess. And if you don't possess those strengths, it may be a little reminder to make an effort to become stronger in these areas. And I want you to understand this doesn't pertain only to people with the disease of obesity. If you've heard me talk before, I share a lot about myself, and I've had struggles with weight and body image for a long time. And today, on the way to shoot for these reality shows, I was having one of those moments, a stronger one than I've had in I would say years. Because during COVID, I wear sweatpants all day long, or I wear yoga pants or leggings, and I'm super comfortable at home. Well, when you go on television, you want to dress up just a little bit. So today I put on real pants and they were snug, and I was having body image issues and painful self-talk. I pulled myself in with the self-talk, but it was it was painful. Here's the lesson in this. These hardwired, well rehearsed, negative self talk statements that we've engaged in for years and years and years, and unhealthy beliefs really are ingrained, and they're going to haunt you maybe for the rest of your life. However, as I mentioned somewhere last week, you may not be responsible for your first thought, but you are responsible for your second, which I read somewhere. I'm not taking credit for coming up with that, but I loved it because the first thought was, oh my God, I can't stand how I feel in these pants. And then I thought, is that the road I want to go down? If I want to go down this path of, oh my God, I feel so horrible and I feel so miserable and ugh, why does age put weight on you and, blah, 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 all the negative crap we can get into. But I stopped myself and I said, all right, rephrase here. Yes, I am uncomfortable in these pants. Does anybody besides me care? And I had to chuckle literally to myself, and I thought, nobody, nobody knows, and nobody cares. Not one person on the planet knows or cares that I feel uncomfortable in my pants. So when you start down that road, you too can put forth the effort and go, nobody cares. And I'm not going to allow this to affect my mood. I have a great opportunity here. I'm going to engage with somebody wonderful today, and I'm not going to allow my tight pants to put me in a bad mood where I'm thinking negatively, feeling unpleasant, and then I'm going to not be my best self. So there's a personal example and how you too can work through it. But I'm going to talk today about some reasons you truly are amazing. And I want you to take these to heart. I really want you to say, you know what? How and in what ways does this apply to me? And give yourself the gift of saying, you know what? I'm amazing because of that. I didn't come up with these. I'm going to share with you the websites that I got these from. I will do that on the podcast and on the Berry Aftercare sites. But I highlighted some that I thought were really relevant to what I hear a lot of you talk about going through. And the first one, the first reason that you truly are a gift to yourself and to others is that you have survived every challenge you faced in your life so far. And there've probably been quite a few. Think about that. You've faced challenges. Some of them, the day to day, like there's a line for this, or, you're on hold for an hour. But some of them super, super intense and really a challenge to our spirits. You, for whatever your personal challenges have been, whatever life has thrown at you, you have survived it. You are here today to talk about it. And you have made the choice by choosing to have bariatric surgery to improve your life even further. So I applaud you for that. And I want to thank you for giving yourself the gift of surgery and the gift of facing the challenges and not letting them completely do you in, even though many times feels like they're going to. Another reason that you've been a gift to yourself, and if you've done this, you are certainly a gift to other people through your example and because of how this experience helps you to grow personally, professionally, spiritually, in all ways. So if you've ever, and I know you have because you're having weight loss surgery, you've acknowledged and worked on something that is a struggle for you. You've acknowledged this whole issue with weight and this whole issue with my eating behavior and the way I think about it and the way I feel about myself. This has been a struggle for me. And I've chosen to acknowledge this and to move forward, get some help with it, right? So there are options. You've had options. And maybe in the past, there have been some things you've struggled with and you've said, not doing it. It's too much of a struggle. But you have made the decision to follow through to address this struggle for yourself. And that is a huge gift you have given to yourself. And it's only through facing our struggles and moving beyond them that we're able to grow personally, professionally, spiritually. So give yourself the knowledge and the acknowledgement of the courage it takes to do that. This makes you quite a gift, right? And by doing that, you're giving other people an example to follow. Here's another reason why you're a gift. And all of these, as I'm going through them, really speak to me in terms of recognizing that when we do this with any of these, we are truly giving ourselves a gift because these are invitations to growth and they are invitations to others to watch from our effort and realize they can do these things as well. So you're not only giving yourself a gift by doing these things, you can give yourself an additional gift by acknowledging them and be aware that you're offering other people a gift. Whether they choose to take it is up to them, but the gift to them is an example that this is a possibility and they can do it as well. So, this gift is realizing and acknowledging that you have suffered from some sort of failure or rejection in your life. A lot of people who struggle with the disease of obesity have shared with me how frequently they have felt rejection from people in their own families, from people at school, from people on sports teams, from people in the classroom, from people at work, from society at large, from strangers, right? Suffered a lot of rejection. And here you are, after experiencing rejection after rejection after rejection, saying, you know what? Y'all reject me all you want. Here I am, choosing to have bariatric surgery, choosing to acknowledge my strengths, and saying, I will not reject me in the way other people have. I will do anti rejection by saying, I'm worth what it takes to improve my health, to improve my physical health, my mental health, my spiritual health, my relationship health. And having weight loss surgery will help in all of those arenas. So you're pretty much a gift to yourself in not succumbing completely to a lot of rejection, more than most people will ever understand. Here's a good one. Here's a reason why you're a gift to yourself and again to others. You have most likely done this numerous times in your life. You have forgiven other people. What a gift that is, right? Forgiveness is a true test of your strength. Forgiveness is not easy. Forgiveness takes willingness. Forgiveness takes compassion. Forgiveness takes empathy. And it takes a whole lot of courage. So if you've ever made the choice, and it is a choice, to forgive someone else, then you've given yourself a gift, because really I think forgiveness is better for ourselves than it is for anybody else. But you've also given a gift to whomever it is that you have opted to forgive. Here's another reason why you're a gift. You've apologized to people. You've apologized. I grew up with two parents who very rarely, I don't know if I can even literally come up with an example of hearing them say they were sorry to one another or to anybody else for that matter. Acknowledging something that you have done that was inappropriate or hurtful or harmful in the way of an apology is a gift for both yourself and other people. Because when we apologize, the gift we give ourselves is to acknowledge I did something that I don't like, but I don't like my own behavior here. And I don't like that it interfered with somebody else's contentment or peace or sense of happiness. And the act of apologizing is a gift to them, but also such a gift of release and freedom for yourself. So recognize the times you have had the courage and the willingness to apologize for something that you know was not in somebody else's best interest or came out of an angry, heated moment or out of spite or out of your hurt or whatever it is. But acknowledgement and apology sets you free too, because then you no longer have to carry that burden of knowing you messed up somehow and you don't like how you feel about having done that. The apology is a gift to yourself because it frees you of holding that in, which can also lead to healthier behavior with food because then you don't have to stuff that guilt and shame inside of you. Here's another one, and this is something you're most likely doing by choosing to have bariatric surgery. Trying things outside your comfort zone. How comfortable is it for you to go have bariatric surgery or any kind of surgery, that's not within most of our comfort zones, right? So the fact that you have said, I am stepping outside of this comfort zone and making the choice to have a life saving surgery, even as important for so many of the people who have made the choice to have bariatric surgery, you're stepping out of a comfort zone of living in a heavy body. I didn't say it was a happy, welcoming place, but for so many people, it is familiar. Being overweight, carrying that extra weight, being the fat friend, being, the one who, whatever. There are a lot of supposed, and I believe there are purposes that weight serves, but you're stepping outside of your comfort zone because maybe your weight has served as an emotional protection. People leave you alone, you don't get hit on, and you're taking a huge risk. You're stepping outside the comfort zone of protection from the weight by having the surgery and risking to lose that weight. That's a huge gift you're giving yourself. So thank you for choosing that gift and for being the gift giver to yourself. Makes you an amazing gift. How about facing some fears? This is one of them, the bariatric surgery, right? Facing fears requires us to move out of our comfort zone if we're going to do something about them. Acknowledging fears is one thing, taking the steps to overcome them is another. So if you have done that or are doing that, then you are giving yourself that gift. Not an easy gift, but a beautiful gift. What about solving problems that have stopped you from doing things that you may have wanted to do? So let's say you had an argument with a friend or a partner or a child or a parent, and you didn't know how to resolve this. Maybe you looked into communication skills. Maybe you went to therapy. Maybe you read up about this on your own. Maybe you sat and did some meditation and said, this is what I need to do. So, solving problems that have really stumped you is a gift. It's a gift you're giving yourself. Not only the gift of working through difficult things, but maybe of having learned new things in the process. Very cool things. How about making somebody feel appreciated? When we make somebody feel appreciated, we are giving them a gift of kindness, right? And when you give somebody kindness, you can give yourself the gift of acknowledgement that you are kind, that you are loving, that you are caring, that you are compassionate, that you have empathy. Recognizing these gifts is giving yourself a gift. And you don't do these things, you don't make somebody feel appreciated if you don't have that gift. So be willing to acknowledge it and not dismiss or minimize this beautiful thing that you have because making somebody's day by listening, by understanding, being thoughtful, what a gift you're giving to someone else. And we know that brings us happiness as well. It's not a bad thing to experience happiness or joy when we give someone else a gift. It's a byproduct of that. So enjoy that gift of giving to someone and receiving that gift yourself. And I'm going to just plop something in here. A client said to me yesterday, he was joking with me and he said, "You're pretty good at this. You might want to do it for a living." And there are many, many days, even after 30 years of experience, where I'm going, I don't have any dang idea what I'm doing. I feel inadequate because to me, it's a very big privilege to be allowed into somebody else's inner world. And I feel very inadequate at times to be able to help someone or to be able to, help guide them. That's not really my job. My job is to help guide people toward themselves and come up with their own answers. And a lot of times I feel really inadequate. And yet, what I have come to understand, and this is a gift you possess as well, and you can share with others because sometimes people think being a therapist is giving answers. And a lot of times patients will say to me things like, a lot of people come to me for advice. Well, I don't see my job as giving advice or giving answers. I see my job as listening. So if you want to give a great gift to somebody and when I feel like I've done a good job at my job, it's because I've listened well. So my superpower as a therapist isn't a superpower at all. It is listening. So give yourself and others the gift of listening to them. Not thinking you should give them the answers or not giving your wonderful advice or not giving your, not that there's anything wrong with sharing your opinion, but what we all really need is to be heard. So give somebody the gift of being heard, and you'll be amazed at what a gift you're giving yourself in that. That's just a little 2 cents there. All right, here's a fun one. You're a gift because you make people laugh. You're a gift because you have the ability to laugh, not at somebody, not in a cruel, sinister kind of way, but a good belly laugh, a wonderful, life is joyful laugh. That laughter is a gift. It's a gift to the universe, actually. You're just putting good vibes out there. And you are a gift for sharing that. A good laugh that you share with somebody is a gift both ways. How about the gift of your looking out for the people you love? It may be sitting and listening to them. It may be a smile. It may be a hug. You're a gift that you're giving to others. Please extend that gift to yourself because you, as your own unique combination of you-ness, are a gift. You're a gift. You're a gift when you ask people how you're doing. You give yourself a gift when you say to yourself, how am I today? What do I need today? What gift can I give myself? And I want you to give yourself gifts of kindness, compassion, forgiveness, self talk, a smile. I posted something the other day online about high fiving yourself. So, one of the gifts, this is an external gift that I purchased for myself a few weeks ago, is it's called Blinklist. And it's a site that gives a short synopsis of self-help books. And I love to read, and I love to read all the self-help books. I don't have time to read all the self-help books. So Blinklist gives you like a 12-minute read on different books, and you can choose the books you want to read about. And then if you want to buy the book, you can buy the book, not from Blinklist, but on wherever you buy your books. So I read something about high-fiving yourself in the mirror in the morning, and what a gift you could give yourself just by doing that. Think about the difference in your day if you look in the mirror at the start of the day and go, "Oh, oh, I'm gonna look like this all day long," versus looking at yourself and going, "You know what? You and me, we got this day. High five." What a different way to start your day. So give yourself the gift of a high five as you start your day. Now, I could go on and on and on, but the last gift that I want you to share with yourself is just realizing that your you-ness is a gift. It makes you a gift. And sure, we can look at the fact that humans are much more alike than we are different. And there have been humans for millions of years, I think. I don't know. My history's not real good, but there's been humans for a long dang time. And what makes me so special, or what makes you so special, or what makes anybody so special? Well, in some ways, we're not very special, right? Like, when we're gone, 5 people will miss us. Maybe 100 people say, that's a bummer. She was a good person, or he was a good guy, or whatever. And then they'll get on with their lives. That's true, makes us feel real insignificant, right? But the truth is There's never been another person on this planet who has exactly your sense of humor, exactly your wit, exactly your intelligence, exactly your level of compassion and kindness and empathy and all of those things. The combination of all those things, we're like snowflakes, right? No two are alike. So take your Eunice. Give yourself the gift of acknowledging your special combination of all the things on earth and use that in the best way. Taking the time, putting forth the effort to have bariatric surgery is a step toward becoming your best Eunice. That sounds strange, right? Like I'm saying the name Eunice, but you are an amazing individual creation. You are a gift. Acknowledge the gift that you are and share it this holiday season, but make every day of the year a holiday season in that sense. So please take time, realize you're a gift. Hey, maybe go after you listen to this, wrap yourself up in a bow and share yourself with somebody. Hey, now, this is a family show. All right, guys, you are a gift. Enjoy it. And I will see you later this week when we talk about the many, many gifts specifically related to having bariatric surgery. So, thank you for being with me. And as always, I will say this is your life, this is your you. This day and every day, make it the best. Take care, and I'll see you.